Anyway, let's talk about Freddie Rants. Hey, dogs and divas! Today is Friday, and it is time for another Frugal Diva Rant. Frugal Diva! Frugal Diva! What? Frugal Diva! Southern Charities Bakery! Southern Charities Bakery! Yes, dogs and divas! I have on no makeup today. No lipstick, no eyeliner, no eyeshadow, none whatsoever. This is just me. So in any case, dawns and divas, let's just get into the rant. Now, this is what I want to say. Okay, wherever you may live, wherever you may live in your, wherever you may live in supermarkets and things of that supermarkets and places where you get groceries and things of that nature, where you have to have the grocery item scanned, and then the money amount, whatever comes up at the cashier's register. This is my rant. And then I want to see if some of the Dawns and Divas have this same issue or notice the same issue. Okay, so I personally do not like for cashiers to ring up my items if I am not standing directly in front of them. You know how you put your stuff up on the what do you call it? On the conveyor belt or whatever you want to conveyor belt. That is what it is. Well, how you put your stuff up on the conveyor belt, and then you take the little that little divider and you put it in between whatever. Which I don't even understand the whole divider thing. That's a whole nother thing. It's not really rent, whatever, but I just don't understand the whole divider thing, and I guess I'll get into that after the fact. But in any case, you put the little divider there, and then other people, they put their little stuff up there, and they put their little divider and all that other good stuff, right? So sometimes when you put the divider there, and then the person in front of you has gotten their items, paid for their items, whatever the case may be, the cashier will remove the divider and start ringing up items. But you may not be finished placing all of your items up on top of the conveyor belt. Now me, like I said, I have a pet peeve about that. No, I tell the cashier all the time, please do not ring up any items unless I'm standing in front of you. Now this is the reason why I have that issue, and this is why I have this rant for today. Okay, I went into a store, and a supermarket, and I purchased a few items. One of the items that I purchased was Velveeta cheese. The block of Velveeta cheese, the biggest block. Well, I don't know if it's the biggest, but the really big block of Velveeta cheese. It was like $12.69. But however, they had a special manager. This particular supermarket, I live in New York City, in Brooklyn, New York. But anyway, this particular supermarket, which is a chain supermarket, they do things which is called manager specials. So besides having whatever the thing they call their what's the word I'm looking for? Well, point blank, when they put something on sale, they call it the manager's special. So in any case, they had that big 32-ounce block of cheese under manager special for $8.99. So I was like, yes, and I always buy Velveeta cheese, and I was like, yes, what? $12 down to $8, from almost $13 down to $9. Yes, I got to get on this, because that's a whole $4 savings. So in any case, I get I got that, like I said, and a bunch of other items, some bagels, some this, some that, and whatever the case may be. Now, I put my stuff up on the thing. Now, I was already in front of the lady, because it was one person in front of me, but I didn't have that much stuff where it was going to take me time to put things up. So I put all my stuff up on the conveyor belt, and I was in front of the lady when she was doing the thing. So she's scanning all the stuff. And once you get to the cheese, it scans for $12.69, which is the original price. So I tell her no. Oh no, ma'am. No, that's not correct. That's supposed to be $8.99. She was like, no, it's $12.69. I'm like, no, it is $8.99 because it is on manager special. That is what the tag says over by this cheese. The 32 ounce is on manager special for $8.99. Now, so I'm like, I said, instead of going back and forth with me, why don't you just ask for a manager? So the manager comes over and the manager says, or she tells the manager whatever, that it's scanned for 12, whatever case may be. So he was like, yes, that's how much it is. I said, no, it's not, because there is a tag over there that says manager special. It's $8.99, the 32 ounce. So he's like, well, let me look inside of the paper. You know, the paper, the flyer that they hand out, or whatever, the flyer that they give out. I said, I didn't see it in the flyer. I don't know whether it's in the flyer. I didn't even look at your flyer, but I know that the actual card that's right over there says it. So he went over there, went to go see the card, came back and said, yes, it is $8.99. Now, this is the reason why I have this rant. And this is also the reason why I do not like for the cashier to ring up any items if I'm not standing directly in front of her. Reason being, because there are certain stores, certain supermarkets, I'm not going to name any names, any supermarkets, but it seems to me that there are certain supermarkets that you have to be very vigilant in looking at what they're doing. Because a lot of times they put stuff on sale in the paper, manager special, or whatever the case may be, and then they don't put it into their system. So if they don't put it into their system, it's going to ring up at the regular price. And if you're not standing there to see that, you're not going to notice it, especially if you bought a lot of items. So if you bought a lot of items in whatever case may be, and the person and the cashier is already ringing up your stuff before you get up in front of it, if it's something that was on sale and they did not put that on sale, that the price of it being on sale inside of the system, you're not gonna catch it. And that's a lot of times that's the reason why you have to keep going to customer service. That's the reason why you got to go to customer service. Because the simple fact of the matter that if they would put the information into their system, that problem wouldn't happen. Now, a lot of times it may have been something old or whatever, but also with that, if there is that coupon or whatever the case may be sitting up there and sale, long as you see it, long as you physically can see it, they have to give it to you for that price. They have to. Simple as that. So if it was last week's thing and they forgot to take it down, that's their business. Oh well, that had nothing to do with me. You have to still give it to me for that price. But that just didn't happen to be. That happened not to be the issue. Now it was the right time, the right day, or whatever the case may be. But it was just the fact that they did not put it in the system. And instead of just going and check, because over and over I kept saying that the ticket says it right over there. All he had to do was go and look. You want to sit here and go back and forth with me about the price? I mean, hey, if I'm making it up and you go over there, obviously it wouldn't be there. Or another thing that I like to do is when I see something and I see that the price, I just know that it ain't right. I take that paper. So that way they can't even play games and say like, oh no, there was no paper there, or whatever the case may be. I take the paper. So that way if it comes to a problem at the cash register, I have the paper right in front of me to prove that this is what I saw. So in any case, Dawns and Divas, I just want to say, does that happen to you? And did you notice that happens to you? Do you have to frequently go to customer service, go over to the customer service and take more time out of your busy life just because they have not taken the time to put the information in the computer, or haven't taken the time to pull down those papers, because it happens. Now, one place I'm going to say that it does happen a lot is Walmart. It happens a lot at Walmart. Now, I'm not going to tell you which Walmart, whatever the case may be, but just point blank, it happens a lot at Walmart. And it has happened to me at not at Trader Joe's, but at what's the other one? What's the other one that's like Trader Joe's? I think it starts with a W or something like that. Or whatever. For whatever, it's escaping me. But in any case, Dawns and Divas, does that happen to you? Do you have to be vigilant all the time with particular supermarkets and places like that? Do you have to be vigilant? Do you have to be vigilant all the time? Like, do you notice that there are particular places that you go where you have to be vigilant because for whatever reason they never put the information in, sale information into their system, and if you are not vigilant and paying attention to the price, then you get screwed? Are there certain places where you go where that you just know that that's going to happen, so that's why you're so vigilant in that particular place, because it's happened to you time and time again? I just want to know. Put that in the comment section below. Like I said, Frugal Diva,